All right, guys, in this nightcap, let's talk about the final quarter of the season coming up. All right, I want to talk about the final quarter of this season because I do believe that this might be the most important 20 games coming up that we've had, guys, since the tank. And I'm just going to throw out all that pressure. There you go. Enjoy it. I'm telling you, it's how I feel. I really feel like these 20 games, I hate to say it, we just can't fail this time. And that worries me. That worries me. We've got to accomplish something in this final quarter. We're 2-0 so far. Or I say 1-0 if you're going to go 20 games, let's say. The next 19 games, we have a hard schedule. We got to go to some brutal places to play hockey. I mean, it's not going to be easy. But if we're going to become one of the best teams in hockey and eventually become a champion, don't we have to do this anyways? I mean, didn't Colorado, like before they became a powerhouse, weren't they the Pits, right? So I think we have to walk through the pain and walk through the fear, especially the fear. Got to walk through the fear. There's going to be some painful losses coming up, for sure. But at the same time, there might be some very surprising wins that we're not expecting. And that's the blessing of a team on the rise. And they are on the rise, guys. Make no mistake about it. This is going to be, God, that schedule is hard. I was going to do a video on the schedule, but I just talked about it the other day, so I'm letting that go tonight. But guys, the schedule coming up is going to be hard. I mean, we got Carolina twice. We got Florida twice. We got Tampa Bay. I was just thinking off the top of my head, and hopefully we have a Boston game late in the year. We can mess them up, hopefully. We're due to beat Boston. I was just thinking, I'm going through the games in my head. There's some rough games coming up. The schedule's hard. Like I said, 7 of the next 11 are against top 6 opponents. It's not going to be easy. But I'm glad, guys, I'm glad it's not. I don't want an easy schedule. You don't learn nothing from that. You only learn when you're playing the best. And we are playing the best the next few weeks. If the Sabres in the next 11 games can go 5-5-1, wow. Like, wow. Absolutely wow. Because there's some brutal games in that schedule. Hard games. And the thing is, I don't care. I really don't give a damn. These teams are good. I believe that our boys are going to win a Stanley Cup long before some of those franchises will. You know what I mean? I do. And that's really, when I look at a team that's on the rise, and I believe we are, when a team's on the rise eventually, you see the signs late in the year. That's always the way it pans out most of the time. You see those teams get hot late in the year. And I think this is a type of team set up to do that. So if we hit a big, long losing streak, guys, I'll be pissed. I'll be so pissed. I don't think that's going to happen. Do I think a big winning streak's coming? Not really. No. But I think we could chip away. That kind of thing down the stretch. Mess them up. Oh, we messed them up the other night too. Let's mess them up one more time since we got them again this week. Things like that. Things like, just like that. If we could go into the final phase of this season feeling really proud of our team, imagine how we're going to feel in the summer. Imagine. Because, like I was talking in the last video about Owen Power, he's most likely going to get some time in. We got to think next year Devin Levi is a possibility. I'm getting some time, not a regular or even a backup, but to get some time in where we can get a look at him, maybe a few games, possible. And people say, no, it's too soon. No. That goes in one ear out the other with me, no. But I will say UPL most likely will be our backup next year. We'll have Anderson. I'm guessing if we keep Anderson, it's going to be Anderson in UPL next year, and we'll move from Tokarski. We can't go with 2 veterans, and we need to get UPL in that net or deal him. Like if we do another year of development with UPL, it's like, oh, enough already. Are we going to wait till this guy's 30? Really? No, I think it's time to bring in UPL and see if he can sink or swim, one or the other. It's time next year. So we're going to get a good look at him next year. We'll see if he's injury prone. We're going to learn a lot about UPL next year. And Devin Levi, I would like to just see a few games. Yeah, why not? Throw him in there. Get him under contract, and let's get him in a few games next year. And I'm sure he'll be in the AHL next year. So that all these things are next year. I want to focus on the closing out the season. The way we're going to close this season out is really, if we could somehow, the rest of this season, just close out really looking good, like what I have yesterday. I'm looking at the board, 8-7-4. Yeah, if we could do something like that, then yeah, there's something cooking. There's something happening here. You know, if we go 1-14-4, we're in trouble. I'll put it right out there. And yes, we should have dealt everybody at the deadline for a 7-rounder, you know. But I don't think that'll happen. I'm very curious to see how we're going to play out this final quarter, because this, for me, is going to be the biggest 20 games since the tank era. These 20 coming up. And I say that as a fan being honest. This is going to be the hugest 20 games we've played. And last year's was too, guys. Let's not forget that when we snapped out of that losing streak, that was huge. And the culture change happened last year, you recall. As soon as Jack was gone, God, I'll say it again. As soon as that happened, and it was official, he wasn't playing no more, it's almost like the players could breathe now and relax and enjoy the game. It's how it felt. So yeah, I want to see this culture change continue, but now it's continuing with more wins. That's the key now. So I think we're going to see down the stretch, we're going to have a lot of fun. We got to have fun with this, not stress about it. We're not running for a playoff spot. And when we do lose, guys, there's always the, coming up, free agency, the draft, all that. So there's nothing to worry about there, but I do want to see them at least go 500 the rest of the way, but I'm really hoping for the 8 wins, of course, you know. I'll take the 8 wins for sure, because it would be quite a thing to talk about this year. This team wasn't supposed to win 15 games according to everybody, and to flip that into double, pretty awesome when you consider all the damn injuries we had, right? I don't know how many man games we lost compared to other teams, guys, but it was a hell of a lot of games we missed because of injury this year. I might have to do a video on that at the end of the year. How many games did we lose to injury against other teams that have had injuries? Because you hear other teams, look at Vegas, they're going through hell. Vegas is like a mess. But the difference is a lot of those guys are getting older over there. So their bodies break down a little easier. And that's kind of one of my takes on Vegas, you know. But I am enjoying, that's one thing I will enjoy, like that the Sabres are out, there's no pressure. I'm going to enjoy cheering against Vegas. And Jack, I'm going to enjoy it. I will. I have to admit it. I'm going to enjoy cheering against them to miss the playoffs, because that would be hilarious, guys. Hilarious. It would be hilarious if that happens. He goes over there, Vegas, baby, and then they miss the playoffs right away. Oh, God. Oh, that would be too good to be true, wouldn't it? Jeez, man. I don't want to start thinking, wishing bad. That's not a good karma for us, so let's leave that alone. Yeah, so let's look at our games, our destiny, our fate, our mission, because this is going to be a team, I believe, guys, down the stretches, we're going to be hell to beat. I really believe that. I'm not just saying it. No. I do believe it. I really believe the Sabres are, even if we lose 4 out of 5 games, it's going to be like 3-2, 4-3, you know, overtime and things like that. We're just making teams work that last year would have just went like this behind the bench, right? And with their feet up on the boards, watching them, watching their team play ours and Kruger. Oh my God. Teams changed. They're maybe not the biggest powerhouse yet, but the team's on the right path. When a young team's on the right path, guys, like we are, I believe, these are the signs I look for myself. They're not necessary signs, they're not necessary, but I look for this. Late in the year, how did the team play late in the year? I always look for that. I look for how they are as a team, how you see they get along, things like that, of course. But the main component for this guy is I always look late in the year, how did they close out the season? I've done that all my life. And we're going to do it again this year. That's it. I'm done rambling tonight, guys. See you later on, and I'm going to go relax. I got to go check how my dog's doing. So that's it tonight, guys. Have a great night.